Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me for another video. I appreciate it. Today I am going to show you this little gift I made for a friend. It is a holiday decoration, so I'm going to go ahead and give it away this week. This is the week of Thanksgiving. It starts with one of these Tim Holtz Idea-ology paper fastener tins. So this is much like an Altoid tin, except I think it's a little deeper. But let me kind of take you through the parts here. So you see, to start, I have my closed tin, and it has one of the Idea-ology ephemera, or this is a baseboard one, I think. It's pretty thick, pretty sturdy, and it says Winter Wonderland, of course. I just took a silver pipe cleaner and kind of zigzagged it and smashed it together a little bit to glue on here on the side of the tin, and then I went ahead and glued this Winter Wonderland sign on top of it, so you can see that it's at a bit of an angle. And let me show you why. So I have this on the back of it. This is just a piece of like moss, fake moss sheet. This happens to be one from the dollar store. It's good for what I used it for here. It looks, you know, it gives it the look that I was going for, but I would probably buy, you know, a higher dollar moss in not the sheets. This one was attached to some sort of burlap, and so they have like free-flowing moss that you can get, and I would have used that instead if I had it on hand, but I tend to use what I have on hand. And so you can see I also put some Distress grit paste in Snowfall here. That is a Ranger product. Here it is. It has an icy looking finish when it's dry, and so you can see that it is translucent in some places and then opaque when it's kind of layered up high. So it does give a really snowy look, and you'll see more of that in the make. I went ahead and backed it with, I cut it to size, and I backed it with just a piece of cardstock that you can see here. I didn't even do like a great job of covering all of it. And I put a magnet underneath here so that it just magnets onto my tin. Because at the end of the day, I couldn't get it to close all up together. So let me show you what we've got here. So this tin, let me move my camera for this. Okay. You'll have to forgive me. I don't usually film at this angle, and the camera is between me and the actual tin, so I'll just do my best here. It opens just like an Altoid tin. The lid is hinged. And there is some DIY to this particular project for the recipient. So first I have these two little Idea-ology wood slices that are going to sit right back here. They are going to sit between the desk and this top portion of the tin. I had considered gluing it on, but at the end of the day, I just kind of threw it in there, and I might just put a magnet on it so that it'll magnet to the base. Then you can see I have some tiny lights, and then I also put one of the pieces of holiday ephemera here. This is Annual Christmas Frolic ticket, and it's got a date from like the 30s, I think, on it, 1930. So, so the battery pack for my tiny lights is also magneted. And then once it's turned on, you can put this in, and it's supposed to be, you know, like the yard. You can see somewhere, I took a little chunk, see there, I took a little chunk out of the grass, just so I could pop it in the the string from the lights goes just right in that little notch here, and it just kind of lays in there. You might think that's a little extra, it probably is. Then it just sits like that. Let me zoom you in a little closer. So here we are. You can see that I used one of the Paper Village houses from Tim Holtz Sizzix line. It's this this set, and I initially put a piece of acetate inside to cover all of the windows, but then realized that it needed to be diffused a little bit with all the lights that are in there, so I ended up putting a piece of vellum inside. And then when here, let me turn this. When I put the house, so I created the house separately, and I put some of the snowfall, again, the snowfall grit paste in on the top of the house and around the windows on the awning here, and then around the base of the house. The lights, or let's start from the back. I put a piece of black cardstock in the back, and I used the one of the Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous snowfall stencils. It was the stencil that's in the this year's Simon Says Stamp exclusive for Stamptember. And you can kind of see it as I move that there are just some little bits of the grit paste that kind of twinkling in the background there. So I put that back, and then I put that little index card from the ephemera back there. I had a hard time choosing between Mary and Wish and Sheer, but I decided on Mary. And then for the lights, first I put a pipe cleaner, and this is an iridescent pipe cleaner. So it's not the silver metallic, it's just a little bit of iridescent. I'm sorry, it is getting a little blurry. But I put that around the inside of the tin. And then I went ahead and strung the lights. The lights come in here, and they go all the way around across the top and the other side. And then they go behind the little tree and then inside the house. I just shoved all of the rest of the lights in the house, and I like it. It's pretty good. So additionally, more snowfall grit paste, a little bit of the rock candy glitter in some spots. And then this is a tinsel bottle brush tree that I got, I think, in a giant pack from Amazon. It was in a giant pack, but I think it was from Amazon. And so it has silver, gold, green, and blue in it. And so I will link that below. It is a pretty affordable option. I am using the Tiny Lights Christmas lights here. But I have in the past used fairy lights that have a replaceable battery, so they have the little battery pack, and you know, it easily pops open just like the Tiny Lights, and I'll link those below as well because they are a little more affordable option. I don't think they are maybe as sturdy. I like twisted the Tiny Lights up and you know, smashed them down a bunch of times, and they were still they're still pretty strong. And then also these colors of course, are fantastic. So after I put the tree down, I went ahead and kind of glued the house in, except for I just put a little bit more grit paste kind of around some of the spots, and it held itself in there. So that is my little paper fastener holiday decor make. So I'm just going to take the yard out. I'm going to turn these off. And again, I just put them right here. And I think I will go ahead and just put a magnet on top of here, just so it's easy and it kind of stays still once it's sitting out. And this closes up, and then this just clips right on there. Thanks for joining me for another video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget that hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel and commenting, all of those things really help me grow my channel. I appreciate all of those things if you have a chance to do those. And I hope you will join me for my next video. I am doing a few kind of decor-ish videos during this season. I went crazy buying up a bunch of not only the Idea-ology stuff, but some minis and things so that I can put some just some little vignettes and things together this season. So thank you again for joining me, and don't forget, safety first.